Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about LispyJimmy and kind of showing what some of the stupid things he does to get views and to get money from his videos. And I'm going to be covering why he's doing it. He's recently changed from doing um, GTA videos and clickbaiting them, so now he's doing social justice things. Not social justice, but something that has, like, one video says black man getting arrested or something like that for drinking iced tea, when that's not the situation. That's not the whole situation. He was drinking iced tea. I think he did get arrested. That's not the whole situation while the cops are there. When he uploaded a video on May 1st that said Goal getting pepper sprayed by cops or something, and he says that he doesn't want the video to get age restricted, and he thinks that would be unfair, and it would be stupid for him to want the video to go viral but yet have it age restricted. So he says that he won't show it because of that. But yet, and really, why I think he didn't show it is because it shows that she fought with the officers before she got peppered. I haven't watched the whole video. I watched a couple minutes into it. It doesn't look like a good area. It looks like it was really it's just a hellhole, not a good area at all. High crime looking. And by the way, she acts. It looks high crime because I think the guy said that he was leaving on a green light. The guy that originally called, or one of the victim, he was for sure the victim. He said he was leaving on a green light. She came by and either hit his car on accident, or he said she hit her car. And I didn't see any damage yet in the video. I'm only like 3 minutes in. I skipped some of it because it was just officers arriving. But I heard what the guy said, and she looks to be about 16, 17, 18 maybe. Not too much older than that. Maybe 15. She's not too young. She's not in her 20s for sure. She's not in her 20s. But anyway, she starts arguing with the officers saying, get off of me, get off. And they didn't even touch her or anything. She said, I'm not talking to you. I'm not doing anything. I didn't do anything. Said something stupid like that. Pissed the officers off. And then she starts walking away, tries to get on her bike. Officer comes up behind her, grabs her, kind of took her to the side, so she didn't fall off the bike. But he didn't tell her to get off. He said get off the bike. Then he grabbed her. She went off the bike, and somebody, I think she might know, came over there and started telling them something, or telling her something, like to listen and all that. And the officers used force against her. I don't know if they were trying to take her to the ground or what. I'll have a video link in the description, but I don't know if they were trying to take her to the ground or what they were doing, but they were using force, and it was, like I said, they were using force. I don't know if they were trying to take her to the ground, like I said that, but they did have their hands on her, telling her to stop resisting, and she kept saying, I'm not talking to you, and then once they started putting her hands behind her back, she knew she was about to get cuffed, so she starts kind of fighting a little bit more and says, I'll tell you my name, I'll tell you all that. She told them, don't call her parents, or something about that. And LispyJimmy made a video on it, which I don't care. He can make any video he wants. But what he did, when he talked about it, he said he didn't want to get age restricted. And he told a story like the officer said, there's a black teenager there. I don't like black people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go stop her just because I think it'll be fun. I'm going to prevent her movement, which is kidnapping, because you can't prevent someone from freely moving. And he made it seem like they just went up to her for no reason while she was riding her bike, and used force against her and didn't allow her to do anything that she wanted. And this made them seem like they just targeted her because she was black. And he brung it up in the video. He said something about a black teenager, whenever he was talking about the use of force. And I just think it was stupid because he's making it seem like a different problem. I'll go into a couple more videos, but I'm going to try to watch another segment of this video and get down. You'll start talking while I still have it in my head so I don't forget. I just watched the next couple, like a minute or two of the video while I was trying to find an image. I was paying attention to the screen. They got the girl on the ground. She started sitting down. She started crying about her shoe. She started to cry. She started screaming a little bit more. And the officers were telling her that she needed to be quiet. And the guy that was with her, probably not with her, but it was around, knew the girl's parents but didn't have their number. I'm pretty sure he lied just because If you know the parents, you probably have their number, so I'm pretty sure he lied, but I can't prove it. I'm not really going into detail on it, but anyway, they were at a football game. The girl didn't want the parents to be called. That's why she wanted to leave in the first place. But the cops wouldn't let her, obviously. But anyway, once she started sitting down, they picked her up. I think because she tried to stand up or something. I'm not sure, but something happens where they felt like they needed to pick her up, and whenever they had her, she kicked an officer. She actually might have kicked him himself. I'm not sure. Because is that where the body camera is? I couldn't tell if he got kicked, and there's no other angle of it that I could tell. And something happened, and I think the whole reason they were there, now I'm looking at it, I think she didn't stop or something and hit the guy's car and fell off. I'm thinking that because they had ambulance there, they had firefighters, and it's a little unnecessary. But and also the girl said that she's not hurt. Parents don't need to be called. They were watching a football game. She was afraid she was gonna get in trouble. Once the parents got called, I'm not sure if she did. But after I watched the video, I'm gonna try and read an article, give more clarification on this incident, and then do the next video of the black man getting arrested. There's a couple more that are like kids getting arrested for playing outside, or mom gets arrested for kids playing outside, and some stupid stuff where he talks for like the first 2 minutes of the video. After that, he doesn't talk. So I'm not going to cover those, and that's the same thing with half these videos. But in this video, I'm going to go in more detail in the beginning. He was talking about how he did not want to show the footage because it would get age restricted, even though half the stuff that you can show on YouTube doesn't get age restricted. He didn't want it to get age restricted, so he didn't show it. That's what he said, but he didn't actually tell anything that actually happened. He just said, this is, bad. The cops just attacked her for no reason, all that. Seemed like she was the complete victim here. So, I'll go into more detail, but like I said before, I don't want to forget anything, so that's why I'm not doing this all in one thing. So, I'll be back in a little bit. I just watched another major part of the video, and what they did was they got her in the car. There were a couple people standing around, so I probably put more pressure on the cops, just because when you have bystanders, they're going to be more observant and not paying attention to the suspect, because especially in this type of area, it didn't look good. So they were definitely on edge because they didn't know what was going to happen, if they were going to get attacked or what, but they didn't. And they put her in the car, and they told her to they told her, I'm going to go by step from what I remember. They told her that all they need is her mom to come down and make sure she's okay, and that I thought it was going to happen, and that all this was just caused by her not wanting to get her mom called. And they told her, because I think she did kick an officer, and they kept telling her to put her feet in the car. They sat there for a good minute and a half telling her to put her feet in the car. The officer finally got the pepper spray. Each time he'd go to the window, she'd turn her head and get her feet in the car. And the officers didn't want to spray her because they were shutting the door. Hang on. They were shutting the door each time she had her feet in, so they weren't just keeping it open where she could stick her feet back out. They kept telling her over and over and over to put her feet in. And when she didn't, after a couple times, the officer said, I'm just going to spray her. He told her a couple times, and then after that, he sprayed her. He gave 2 bursts, it was just a quick spray, he held it down for maybe half a second each time, and then he went and held it down for maybe a second, maybe 2, and then he was about to spray again because she stuck her feet out, and then they shut the door real quick, and she started screaming, because pepper spray burns and it hurts, that's the whole point of it. And she started screaming, so they went back, but he didn't pepper spray her again. And she was crying about it. Now I gotta watch a little bit more to find out what happens in the end. Now I'm gonna try and find an article so I can go into detail what happened here. And I'll go into detail what LispyJimmy did. Just read a little bit in the description of it. What happened was, this is after the incident. Oh, this is gonna be before it actually. The teen did kick an officer. She kicked at him at least. Broke the body cam or turned it off, or she disabled it is what they said. I'm not sure if she broke it or turned it off or what, but then it switched to another officer that was there. That's why there was a switch. That's all I wanted to know why, but there was a switch there, and it went to another officer there because she disabled it. They said they didn't say if she broke it, but only reason I went into details is I know most people won't watch the video, but I'll have it in the description so you can look for yourself. It's 11 minutes 47 seconds long. I'll go into no, actually never mind. I'll go into detail what LispyJimmy had to do with this, because only reason I'm covering this because he made the video seem like it was something else, and that it was the officers just attacked her and picked her just because, or it was fun. He did put the link in his video though, so I mean at least he did that. But only reason I think he's also covering this for views is because it happened September 16th, I think, of last year, almost a year ago, 8 months ago, so pretty close to a year. It happened then. I don't know why he's just covering it now. So that's my problem with it. I really think he's just doing it for views and how we went into detail about sharing it and all that. It's just stupid. But I'll go into detail in the next video, and then I'll go into detail on what his previous videos were like, with GTA, and how he clickbaited them, and that'll probably be it for it. But I'm going to go ahead and watch the other video and read a little bit about that. Or probably watch it and tell you and then read. So I'll be back. Alright, I just watched that video. I had to go through a couple of sources to get to it, so I probably won't be able to link it because there's a couple ways you have to go through it. You have to go through it through a backdoor thing. But anyway, in the video, the guy was drinking an Arizona iced tea. The cop, well, the guy's probably off-duty cop, but he did have handcuffs and a gun on him, I believe. But just because you have handcuffs, obviously doesn't mean you're a cop, but it does increase it. But anyway, he said he was a cop. Didn't show any badge, though, which probably would have helped. And he said, asked the guy to show him the ingredients of the thing, and he didn't do it. He kept saying no, which I think technically is resisting. I don't know if it is, but, and then he said to leave because he's trespassing. I'm thinking that's because he couldn't prove that it wasn't alcohol. It was actually in the thing because the cop could have smelled it and saw it wasn't, or that it was, and he just refilled something that he was drinking. And the guy passively resisted, which pretty much means that he made it look like he wasn't resisting or fighting or obstructing with the officers, but he really was. Like, he was sitting there, he wasn't letting him take his arm to his back after he tackled him. And I don't really think he was just in a pissing contest with the cop, because after he got taken to the ground, a guy came up with the camera and showed that it was Arizona iced tea and, like, showed it all. But he wouldn't do that with the cop. So, you know, that's all I'm going to say about that, because that's pretty much what happened. But I couldn't find any article on it. So, LispyJimmy, though, problem with that is, though, he made it seem like the cop just went up to go pick on him, and cops wouldn't do that because that's a lot of paperwork that they'd have to do every day if they just went up to a black person and picked on him. And LispyJimmy made it look like the cop said, you're trespassing, or you're drunk just because you're black. He made it look like the cop targeted him, but he really didn't. I'm going to have to end the video here. There's going to be part 1. I'll do part 2 in a little bit. See you guys in the next one. Bye.